sitting up straight and tall so our spine is lengthened. We'll let the back of our wrists rest on our knees, and we'll begin by closing our eyes. Beginning with a few breaths, we'll breathe in through our nose and exhale through our mouths. Just taking a moment to find ourselves on our mat, finding a little bit of stillness, opening and expanding our lungs. Bringing our attention and energy inward. Take 2 more breaths here. Be finding a little more space to really open and expand our lungs to the fullest. On our next inhale, we'll open our eyes and reach our arms all the way up toward the ceiling. And on the exhale, we'll fold forward, keeping our hip bones on the mat. And walk your hands over to the right side. Take another inhale to lengthen your spine a little bit more, and on the exhale, fold. And inhale, lifting the chest, walking our hands over to the left side. On the exhale, fold. And coming back through the center, walk your hands back toward yourself. Take a big wide inhale, reaching your arms all the way up toward the ceiling. And on the exhale, drop the right arm, reaching over with the left, lengthening through the left side, looking up toward the ceiling. See if you can find a little bit more space with that bottom arm. Walk it out a little bit further. Lift your chest a little bit higher. Maybe even bend the left elbow and reach toward the right shoulder. Inhale, reaching your arms all the way back up toward the ceiling. Exhale, dropping the left arm, reaching over with the right, lengthening through the right side. Maybe find a little bit more space with that bottom arm. And then bending the right elbow, looking up toward the ceiling. Inhale, reach your arms all the way back up toward the ceiling. Exhale, drop the left hand to the right knee, reaching back with the right. We'll inhale, lengthen our spine. Exhale, twist and look over the right shoulder. Inhale, reach arms all the way up toward the ceiling. Exhale, switching sides, drop the right hand to the left knee, bring the left arm behind. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist and look over the left shoulder. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, pressing your palms to heart center, then releasing your hands to your knees. We'll inhale, draw our chest forward and up, looking up toward the ceiling. And on the exhale, pull your navel to your spine, rounding through your back. Inhale, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, navel to spine. Inhale, lift. And exhale. Inhale, lift. And exhale. into stomach grinds from here. So we'll inhale, draw our chest forward, rock over to the right, then toward the back end on the exhale, rocking over to the left. Then inhale, draw your chest forward. You can make big circles here. And if it's easier, you can grab your ankle. So big circle. And then try those circles in reverse. Take one more rotation. Coming back to neutral. Taking a big, wide, sweeping inhale all the way up toward the ceiling. And then take a moment here just to switch the cross of your knees. And on the exhale, we'll fold forward. One more time, walk your hands over to the right side. This time, place the left hand on top of the right. And then walk your hands over to the left side, placing the right hand on top of the left. Coming back through the center, walk your hands toward yourself. Another big inhale, reach your arms overhead. This time interlace your fingers and flip your palms toward the sky. And then release. Bring your hands onto the mat. We'll shift into a tabletop position. So tabletop position, our wrists are below our shoulders, our knees are below our hips. We'll move through a few cat-cows here, dropping our belly on the inhale, looking up toward the ceiling. And on the exhale, pulling our navel toward our spine. So drop the belly, inhale, look up. Exhale, navel to spine. Taking a few breaths here. Really opening up through our lungs. And we'll take one last deep inhale. Lifting our chest, looking up. On the exhale, we'll come back through neutral. Straighten through the left leg. Lift in the left leg, we'll reach forward with the right arm, taking an inhale. And on the exhale, we'll bring our left knee, right elbow together beneath us. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. 2 more breaths. And on the last one, see if you can reach back, catch your ankle, and kick that foot into your hands to lift your chest. And then release. Right back to tabletop position. We'll switch sides. Straightening the right leg, pressing the tip of the toes onto the edge of the mat. And lifting the right leg, reaching forward with the left arm, taking an inhale. And on the exhale, bring the knee and elbow together beneath. Inhale, reach, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. 2 more breaths. And last one, catching that ankle, kicking that foot into the hand, lifting the chest and looking forward. And then release. Right back to our tabletop position. We'll tuck our toes, lift our hips, sink our chest toward our knees, and take a moment to float in bear pose. Really stretching through our calves, driving our heels toward the ground. Really pressing and lengthening through our shoulders. And then slowly begin to straighten through your legs so you make your way into a downward dog. And just taking a few breaths here. You can bend one knee, bend the other. You can twist through your shoulders a few times. Maybe even lift your toes off the mat. And then step your feet to the edges of the mat so they become a little bit wider. Walk your hands back to your feet. Grab your elbows and just rock gently side to side. And release your hands. Place the right hand on the outside edge of the left foot. Then the right knee reaching up toward the ceiling with the left arm so that you twist and look up over the left shoulder. Then bend the left arm reaching behind your back. See if you can catch the inside of your right thigh. See if you can twist a little bit deeper. And you can stay here, or you can take the right hand and see if you can catch that left wrist, bringing yourself to a bind. And then release. We'll switch to the opposite side. So taking the left hand, reaching to the outside edge of the right foot, bending the left knee, reaching up toward the ceiling with the right arm, twisting and looking up over the right shoulder. Maybe reaching the right arm behind your back and catching that left thigh. Maybe even creating a bind here. Reaching that left arm between your legs and catch the right wrist. And then release. Bend through both of our knees. Our feet are still a little bit wide. Sitting our hips down into a yogi squat. And you can play with your weight here, shifting a little bit side to side. Maybe try lifting your chest a little bit higher, pressing your elbows onto the inside of your shins. Take a few more breaths there. We're good. It's over here. Good. Placing your hands on the mat, slowly straighten through your legs. We'll roll all the way up to standing. Nice and slowly. Inhale, reaching the arms all the way overhead. Reach as high as you can, then begin to twist side to side. Reach a little bit higher, twist a little bit deeper, find a little more space. Really opening everything up. Come back through neutral. On the exhale, swan dive all the way back down. We'll scoot our feet a little bit closer together and reach toward our toes for forward fold. We'll walk our hands forward to the front of the mat, right back into our downward dog. You can bend one knee, bend the other, find a little more space, or maybe just breathe a few times, sinking a little bit deeper. And on the inhale, lift the right leg all the way up toward the ceiling, three-legged dog. Bend your right knee and make a few circles on the ceiling, opening up through your hip. And then take those circles in reverse. Inhale, extend the right leg all the way up toward the ceiling. On the exhale, bring the right knee to your left elbow. Inhale all the way back up, three-legged dog. On the exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale all the way back up. One more time, bringing your knee toward your nose, rounding through your spine, then stepping forward between your hands. We'll lower our left back knee onto the mat and begin to bend and straighten through the front leg. Finish with your right knee bent. Walk your hands up to your knee. And on the inhale, reach your arms all the way up toward the ceiling. Reach as high as you can, opening up through your chest. Okay. Dropping your left hand to the mat if you can, or you can place it on a yoga block. You'll reach over with the right arm so you lengthen to the right side. And then think of still really opening up through your chest so you're looking up toward the ceiling. Inhale back up through center. On the exhale, same thing on the opposite side. So drop the right arm. Again, you can put it on a yoga block if you have one, or if you can reach the ground, maybe even just fingertips. And then reach over with the left arm so you lengthen to the left side. Good. Inhale back up through center. On the exhale, place your hands on the mat. Straighten through the front leg for a half split. And begin to fold forward over the right leg. And if you're working toward splits here, you can begin to slide the right foot forward and just see where you end up today. Just opening up through your hips a little bit deeper. Maybe folding over that front leg. Lifting your chest, we'll slide that right foot back in. Bending through the knee. We'll heel toe our foot to the edge of the mat, sinking to the outside edge of your foot. And then maybe come down onto your forearms to open up through your hip a little bit deeper. And if you can't quite get this deep, you can stay high here, or you can come down onto that left forearm. You can even use your right hand to press against the inside edge of your right thigh. Twist and look up over your right shoulder. And if you want, you can even reach back and catch that foot behind you if you want to push it a little bit deeper. And then release. Place your hands on the mat, stepping back into a plank. We'll hug our elbows into our sides for Chaturanga, bottom root push. Inhale, lifting your chest for upward dog. And on the exhale, lifting your hips, pressing back to downward dog. On the inhale, lift the left leg all the way up toward the ceiling, three-legged dog. Bending through the knee, we'll make a few circles on the left side. And then take those circles in reverse. Inhale, extending the left leg all the way up toward the ceiling. Exhale, bringing the left knee to the right elbow beneath you. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale all the way back up. One more time, coming through the center and stepping forward between your hands will lower the back knee. Push that left foot forward if you need to, and we'll begin to bend and straighten to the left knee. We'll finish with our front knee bend, walking our hands up to our knee. We'll inhale, reach our arms up toward the ceiling. Reach as high as we can, really lengthening through our spine. And dropping the right hand to the mat. Again, if you need to place it on a yoga block, you can. And then reach over with the left so we lengthen to the left side. Inhale back up through center. Exhale, switching sides, dropping the left hand to the mat or a yoga block, and then reaching over with the right, looking up toward the ceiling. Inhaling back up toward the ceiling. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Straighten through the left leg. Inhale to lengthen your spine, and on the exhale, fold over the left leg. And then you can begin to slide your left foot forward if you're working towards splits. See if you have any more space here. You don't have to go that deep, kind of listening to your body, figure out what you need today. Maybe folding over that left leg. And then release, pull that left leg back in, bend through your left knee, and then heel toe your foot to the edge of the mat. Bringing your hands under the inside of that left leg, maybe sinking to your right elbow, maybe to both elbows. Opening up through your hip, sinking to the outside edge of your left foot. And again, you can press against the inside edge of your left knee, looking up over the left shoulder, maybe twisting a little bit deeper. Maybe even reaching back with your left hand, catching your right foot. Maybe twist a little bit deeper, really opening everything up. And then release. Hands come back to the mat. We'll step back into our plank. We'll hug our elbows into our sides for chaturanga, bottom of the push-up. Inhale, lifting the chest for upward dog. And on the exhale, lifting the hips, pressing back to downward dog. See if you have any space to sink a little bit deeper here. And on the inhale, lift the right leg all the way up toward the ceiling, three-legged dog. On the exhale, step forward between your hands. We'll flatten through our back heel, and on the inhale, reach our arms up for a warrior one. Reaching as high as we can, sinking as deep as we can through that front knee. And on the exhale, warrior two, bringing our arms off to the sides. And flipping your right palm, reach forward, up and back for reverse triangle. We'll straighten through the front leg, lengthening to the right side. And cartwheel that right arm forward, all the way down to your shin or to the mat for triangle. Looking up over your left shoulder. Good. Then place your left hand on the mat. Bend through the right knee, lifting our back heel, then reaching up toward the ceiling with the right arm for a twist. Good. Then sink to the outside edge of your left foot, stepping back into a side plank on the left. And if you need to modify this, you can bend through your left knee, so this would be another option. Otherwise, you're here. And maybe reach all the way overhead with that right arm, pressing your hips a little bit higher. Right hand comes back to the mat. Hug your elbows into your sides for chaturanga, bottom of push-up. Inhale, lifting your chest for upward dog, and on the exhale, right back to downward dog. And we're just taking a few breaths here. You try wiggling your toes, bending your knees. On the inhale, lift the left leg all the way up, three-legged dog. On the exhale, step forward between your hands, flatten through your back heel. Warrior one on the inhale. Bend a little deeper through your front knee, see if you can find any more space. On the exhale, warrior two, bringing your arms out to the sides. And flipping your left palm, reach forward, up and back for reverse triangle, straightening through the front leg. And cartwheel that left arm forward, reaching forward, then placing your hands on your shin or the mat for triangle. Placing the right hand on the mat, we'll bend through the left knee and shift our weight onto the ball of our right foot, reaching up with the left arm, adding in a twist. Then take a big step back with the left foot sinking to the outside edge of your right foot, coming into your side plank. And again, if you want to modify this, you can drop the right knee to the mat. Maybe try reaching over with that top arm, really lengthening to the left side. And you can keep that full side plank if you'd like also. Then placing the left hand on the mat, we'll hug our elbows into our sides. Chaturanga, bottom of push-up, but we're going to stay low and hover for a moment. And inhale, lift your chest, looking up toward the ceiling. Exhale, pressing back to your downward dog. Step your feet a little bit wider so they come toward the edges of the mat. And take your left hand and reach toward your right ankle and twist, looking under the right arm. Okay. And then try the same thing on the opposite side. Right hand toward your left ankle, twisting and looking under the left arm. Coming back through your downward dog, walk our hands back toward our feet. Sweeping our arms up behind our back, interlacing our fingers and straightening our arms to open up to our chest and shoulders. Tucking our chin into our chest. Bend your elbows to the top of your hands, come to your lower back, and draw your elbows forward toward the ground, pulling your shoulders away from your neck. And then release. Placing your hands on the mat, we'll walk our hands forward so we come back into our downward dog. On the inhale, we'll lift the right leg all the way up, three-legged dog. On the exhale, bring the right knee over toward the left elbow. Inhale back up toward the ceiling. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale back up toward the ceiling. One more time, bringing our knee toward our nose. Inhaling back up toward the ceiling. Then bending the right knee, looking under the left arm, and dropping that right foot back behind us into wild thing. Pressing our hips high. Good. And flip all the way back over. Back up through your three-legged dog. On the exhale, sweep the right leg underneath and to the left side so that you can reach up with the left arm for shooting star. And you can stay right here, or you can place your left hand on the mat and add in a few push-ups. Okay. And step back into your plank, hug your elbows into your sides, chaturanga. Inhale, lifting your chest, upward dog, and on the exhale, right back to downward dog. On the inhale, we'll switch sides, lifting the left leg all the way up toward the ceiling, three-legged dog. Exhale, bringing your knee toward the outside edge of your right elbow. Inhale, reaching up toward the ceiling. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, all the way back up. One more time through the center. Inhale, all the way back up. Then bend the left knee, looking under the right arm and dropping that foot back behind you, pressing your hips high for wild thing. And dropping the left hand to the mat. Inhale, lift the left leg all the way back up. On the exhale, bring the left foot all the way over to the right side for shooting star on the right. And again, you can stay right here, or you can add in a few push-ups. Stepping back to your plank, we'll bring our knees wide, sit our hips back in child's pose. Walk your hands together, press your palms together, then bend your elbows to bring your thumbs toward the back of your neck. And release. Walk your hands over to the left side, place the right hand on top of the left. And walk your hands over to the right side, place the left hand on top of the right. Come back through the center, bring your knees together, reach back toward your heels, tuck your toes under, and then bring your forehead toward your knees so you round through your spine. See if you can lift your hips a little bit higher. Pull your forehead in a little bit closer. And then release. Hands come back to the mat. Lift your hips right back up into downward dog. And walk your hands back toward your feet. And slowly roll all the way up to standing. Take a big inhale, reach your arms overhead. On the exhale, pressing your palms to heart center. Taking a moment here to find your balance. See if you can lift your right foot, bring it to your left shin, coming into tree. Maybe even bringing that foot a little bit higher onto the inside of your left thigh. Maybe even bringing that right foot on top of your left thigh. And you can use your left hand to hold on to that foot. Sweep the right arm behind you and see if you can catch the other arm or catch that foot. Good. Wherever you're at, go ahead and release that right foot. Bring your left hand to your left hip. You can grab your right knee. Find your balance here. Or you can grab the big toe of your right foot, straighten through that leg. And then open that right leg all the way out to the right side. And if you've got that knee bent, this is okay too. Okay, maybe add in a twist. Bring the right knee over to the left side. Bring your left hand to grab that the outside edge of your, on this side here, outside edge of your right knee, and bring your right hand to your hip. Or you can grab the outside edge of your foot, reaching out with that right arm, counterbalance. And wherever you're at, sweep that right leg back behind you, catch the inside of that ankle, and then shift into dancer. And then release, come all the way back to standing. Let's try the same thing on the opposite side. So bring that left foot on the inside of our right shin. Maybe bring that foot a little bit higher on that leg. Or you can bring that foot on top in front of the right thigh, using that right hand to catch. Sweeping the left arm behind you, you can catch the opposite arm. And catching that left knee, right hand comes to your hip. Or you can catch that big toe and straighten through the left leg. And opening out to the left side, looking over the right shoulder, maybe even reaching that right arm up for a counterbalance. And then you can also switch. Grabbing the right hand to the outside edge of the left knee, left hand to the hip. Finding your balance here. Or catch the outside edge of your foot, reaching back with the left arm, and find your balance here. And wherever you're at, sweep the left leg back behind you, catch the ankle, and then shift your weight forward into dancer. Maybe on the right. Okay. And then release. Come back to standing. Big inhale, reach your arms overhead. On the exhale, folding forward, reaching toward your toes. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening through your spine. Placing your hands on the mat, we'll step or hop back into plank. Hugging our elbows into our sides for chaturanga. We'll inhale, lift our chest for upward dog, and on the exhale, lift our hips, pressing back to downward dog. On the inhale, lift the right leg all the way up, three-legged dog. Exhale, sweep the right leg forward for pigeon. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward over the right leg. So you can double check the alignment of your pigeon here. Make sure the top of your left thigh presses onto the mat. If you have more space, you can bring that right shin forward, bringing it closer to parallel at the front of the mat. so long as that left thigh stays pressing onto the mat. Kind of find a spot that works for you. Then you'll inhale, lengthen your spine. On the exhale, fold forward over the left leg, or right leg. Inhale, lifting your chest. Bend the left knee, see if you can catch your ankle, hip or ankle. Maybe even reaching up with the right arm, see if you can catch fingers. And then look up toward the ceiling. And release. Take the left leg, sweep it forward, cross it over the right knee. We'll inhale, reach up with the right arm. Exhale, bring it to the outside edge of the left knee, twisting and looking over the left shoulder. If you've got the space, you can bring that right arm underneath the left thigh. Bring the left arm behind you, see if you can bind here. Good, and then release. Place your hands on the mat, sweep the left leg back behind you. We'll press back into our plank, hug our elbows into our sides, chaturanga, bottom of push-up. Inhale, lifting your chest for upward dog, and on the exhale, lift your hips, press back to downward dog. Good. On the inhale, lift the left leg all the way up, three-legged dog. On the exhale, sweep the left leg forward for pigeon. Making sure the top of the right thigh is pressing onto the mat. Bringing that left shin as close to the front of the mat, parallel as possible. Then inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over the left leg. Inhale, lift your chest. Bend your right knee, reach back, see if you can catch your right foot. Maybe bring it into your elbow if you have space. Then lift and reach the left arm up and maybe catch that right hand. Looking up toward the ceiling. Then sweep the right leg forward, cross it over the left knee. Inhale, reach up with the left arm. Exhale, cross it over the right knee, then sweep the right arm behind you. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist and look over the right shoulder. Maybe even try binding here if you have the space. Then sweep the right leg back behind you. Place your hands on the mat, step back into plank. Hug your elbows into your sides, chaturanga, bottom of push-up. Inhale, lifting your chest, upward dog, and on the exhale, right back to downward dog. Good, then step or hop forward to come to a seat on your mat. We'll tuck our knees into our chest and begin to rock forward and back a few times, with massaging and lengthening through your spine. Come all the way onto our back. Grabbing the outside edges of your feet, we'll rock side to side for happy baby. Maybe try straightening your legs for a wide leg variation of happy baby. Maybe just bend the right knee, pull it into your chest, but press your knee away from you so that you open up through your hip for archer's pose. And then try that on the opposite side, straightening the right leg, bending the left knee, pull it in toward your chest, open that knee away from you, archers on the opposite side. And then lower your feet to the mat. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Drop your knees side to side for windshield wipers, side to side. Reach your arms a little bit further overhead if you have any more space. Really opening everything up here. And straighten the left knee, tuck your right knee in toward your chest, pulling that right knee over to the left side, keeping the right shoulder on the mat. You'll twist and look over the right. And then open that right knee over to the right side, keeping your left shoulder on the mat, reaching out with the left arm, and looking up toward the ceiling. Coming back through the center, straighten through the right leg, bringing your shin toward your nose. And bending the right knee, placing the right ankle on top of the left thigh. We'll pull that left knee in toward our chest. Maybe rock a few times side to side, really opening everything up. And switching sides, straighten through the right leg. Keep that left knee tucked in toward your chest. We're going to pull it over to the right side, keeping your shoulders on the mat. And open the left knee over to the left side. Keep your right shoulder on the mat. And pull that left knee back in toward your chest. Straighten through your left leg. Really opening up through that hamstring. Good, then bend the left knee, place it on top of the right thigh, and then pull that right knee in toward your chest. Maybe even press that left knee out at the same time, really opening up through your hip. And then release. Let's Send our toes up toward the ceiling. See if we can lift our hips and press our hands to our lower back. Pressing up into shoulder stand. Begin to allow your toes to fall overhead. Maybe coming down toward the ground for plow. You can even interlace your fingers and straighten your arms. If you've got any more space here. Maybe try bending your knees to bring your knees toward your ears for ear pressure pose. You can even reach forward and catch your feet. Pull your knees in a little bit closer to your shoulders. And then slowly roll all the way down onto your mat. Give yourself a big inhale, reaching your arms overhead. Really lengthening through your spine. Find as much length and space as you can. See what you've got left here. Really reaching as high as you can overhead. Now the exhale will transition into our Shavasana, so allowing our arms to rest at our sides, allowing our feet to fall out to our sides. Close our eyes, shifting our energy and attention inward, clearing our minds, and resting in Shavasana. Beginning to awaken from Shavasana, wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing the life back into your body, opening your eyes. Tucking your knees into your chest, rolling over to your right side, using your right arm as sort of a pillow. Take a moment just to rest at the right. And gradually make your way to a seat back on your mat. Finishing where we started in our simple cross-legged pose. We'll allow the back of our wrists to rest in our knees. Chest is lifted. We'll take one last deep inhale from here, reaching our arms overhead, opening, expanding our lungs to the fullest for the last time. And on the exhale, pressing palms to heart center. Thank you for joining me. It was my honor and privilege to guide you in your practice. A beautiful and blessed rest of your day. Namaste.